Hi guys, I'm Chloe and I'm back with another video. And today's video I'm going to be talking about schizophrenia and giving advice on it. But before I start giving advice and telling you about it, I'm just going to give a warning saying that work is getting done in my street and in the street over next to me, pointing that way. So if you hear any background noise, it's that. So first off, I'm going to tell you about the research I've done on schizophrenia, and then I'm going to talk about advice of how it helps someone who you may know who might have schizophrenia. So, first off, I'm just going to start off with explaining the definition of schizophrenia, which is it is a chronic psychiatric condition that affects a person's thinking, feeling, and behaviour. And one symptom must be one of the following ones. So you have to have one of these symptoms to be classed as it, apparently, based off the research I've done. So you have to experience delusions, which believe conflict, like what you think makes you believe that it will come true, like conflict in reality. You have hallucinations is another thing, where you can see, hear, or smell things aren't really there, so your senses can play tricks on you, sort of thing, in a way, maybe. Disorganized speech, obviously that the words don't follow the rules of the language and may be hard to understand. Grossly disorganized or catatonic behavior, so confused thinking, bizarre behavior, or movements out of character, sort of, maybe. And lastly, negative symptoms, so the inability to initiate plans, or the inability to speak, or inability to express emotions, or inability to feel pleasure and stuff like that. So that's the research that I've done, and then obviously now the advice on it. Obviously, the advice for someone who's schizophrenic can obviously relate to any advice that you give to someone about any mental condition, because basically it is classed as obviously under the Mental Health Conditions Act sort of thing, mental health disorders and stuff. So the advice that most people would give for a schizophrenic person would work for someone with depression or bipolar, etc., etc., which I have done videos on. But basically, obviously, recommending them to open up to someone they trust. Recommend therapy. There's obviously different types of therapy. CBD is really popular recommended a lot of the time, CBD. There's obviously family therapy, group therapy. And obviously there's medication, which I know when I've done research that schizophrenic people can take antipsychotics, but then again, I'm sure they could take antidepressants as well. So yeah, it all depends on what works and fits the person. So basically, what I would recommend is encourage the person to open up, encourage the person to go to the doctor, see what the doctor says, see what works for that person or for you if you're the person who thinks you've got schizophrenia, and just see what works and stuff. And that's all I can really say about it. And before I go, anything that I'm not a professional, so anything I did say that maybe might be wrong, don't hold me on it. I've just done some research, and the advice that I've gave is basically general, as I said, generally what I would recommend to anyone who's got mental health, a mental health disorder, because based off basically previous mental health videos I've done, a lot of the advice link, so as I said, medication, different forms of therapy, blah 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 blah. So that's why I've just said that this might work for someone who's schizophrenic, but it might not. So that's why I said you just have to try, see what works for you, and whatever doesn't, obviously you don't. And yeah, so I've been Chloe. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please stay tuned for more videos like this on mental health, or just giving advice on either mental health or chronic or physical disabilities, anything like that. I like to talk and give advice on anything, as you can see. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling now, and I've been Chloe. Bye.